Hi guys, how's it going? So today is January 17, it's now 1 p.m. Actually January 18, sorry. And we're gonna go over Ethereum. So last time I did an Ethereum prediction, I pretty much nailed it. I said that a correction would likely go to 1025, but then not likely to 850. But that was more so for longer term, and it actually ended up going to that target right there, which was pretty nice, right? So here is where it ended up hitting that first mark around the 1075 range. So right up here, the high it got to was actually, sorry, I think I said, what did I say again? I forgot. That doesn't matter. It was close enough. I think I said 1125 and it got to 1070-ish. Yeah, 1073. No, I said 1125 and it got to 1075, so $50 off. And the other one I said 770, right? And this one actually got to 791. So very, very good predictions, I would say, in general. I'm always nervous about doing Ethereum predictions because they're hard, right? It's a very high market cap coin. There's a lot of pressure as well and requires a lot of planning. So before we go into this, we need to go over some theory, as always. So we need to go over some theory of how Elliott wave analysis works with a head and shoulders pattern. So you guys are familiar with this pattern right here, right? This is called a head and shoulders pattern. Now I'm going to be waiting very patiently to play Ethereum, and I'm going to play it very well, I think. Lots of planning. So this is a head and shoulders pattern that you guys know it as, right? Something like that, perhaps? Well, the way it actually works is, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So the way it actually works is, this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C, where people play the breakout, and this part right here is called the neckline. And with the neckline, the C could end up being an extended one like this, which I'm banking it will be. It will break out of there eventually in days, maybe in a few weeks, because that's the flavor of the month so far. But if it doesn't break out of there, it ends up consolidating into this pattern instead, which is more so found on impulse waves up within subwaves. So this could form an A, B, C, D, E like that, and then we break out to the final fifth wave, which is not likely either, okay? Which is not likely either. I want to make a correlation, first of all, to Ripple. We can go to any exchange. Actually, I want to go to my exchange. I'm more loyal to them. We want to go to Ripple on bitfinex, and Ripple on bitfinex, as we can see, did something like this as well. Something like that as well, right? Kind of along these lines where this formed within the third subwave, this formed the head and the shoulder right there. Something along those lines, right? So very, very small there. So now we see Ripple also break out of that and actually form a flag consolidation like this. We also see Bitcoin do the exact same thing as well, where it ends up forming a really large flag consolidation instead, right? Instead of a triangle, it ends up forming a flag. So with Ethereum, I firmly believe that it's going to do the exact same thing. What we have here, first of all, is a nice neckline that goes across like this. This is a crucial neckline. Depending on how we draw it, we can draw it to both extremes, where it can be just the most extreme points there and the bottom there. But if we go to a daily, it'll of course look very different, right? On a daily chart, the support will look incredibly different. It could look maybe like that. If we go that body, it can look like that, right? I am betting on the first one that I drew here. This one seems more reasonable to me. So now that we have this Elliott wave here, we know for a fact that this was counted a while back. This is where the first breakout was, around there. And then we have a huge extended fifth wave in there. And this could be broken down pretty further as well, but we're too lazy to break that down. We'll just break down a few that we can see very visibly here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is most likely 1, 2, or even right here, 1, 2, maybe that's all 3. Or 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an extended subwave in there. So now what I am hoping for is this pattern to emerge right here first. Now, I'm not going to refer to all the other charts, but I will let you guys know right now that every single coin, when it reaches its A point there, it retraced roughly 0.5 to 618. We're talking Bitcoin, we're talking about Ripple, the one that I just showed you guys, okay? So my target right now, guys, my target right now, before sideways for a bit or something like that, from this bounce, and I'm going to explain how I'm going to be playing this, okay? I'm expecting it to get to somewhere here first. I want to get this point right there, okay? I'm not going to play anything from here to here. It's too risky right now, and I've missed my chance already. But I've always been a fan of Ethereum, right? That's how I got started in trading when I was mining there with my 200 Ethereum that I bought for $10. So I spent $2 grand on Ethereum, and yeah, 6 months later I sold all of them for $3,500 for a nice little profit there of like $68,000. And that's how I got into trading heavily full time, right? Like I just quit my job, and it was enough to sustain me in life, etc. You know, to pay for my living, and I just made it my mission to improve my trading over time. So yes, I'm always invested in Ethereum, and I also played this breakout over here, guys, where I made that massive call, if you guys remember, where I suggested for people to buy at 315, and that we were going to go pretty far there. So I made some pretty big predictions for Ethereum in general. Like here's what I'm talking about, if you guys remember, where we enter between 292 and 315, and we sell at 540 or 788. I sold mine at about 488. I bought 200 Ethereum there, so 488. I made 100 Ethereum on each one there. So that was one of my bigger profits for the year where I held long there. But actually, it was probably one of my only ones as well there that we can talk about. So I'm expecting a B point in here, guys, okay? If we look way back over here, after we see the huge impulse waves up for the first few months there going, right? For the first few months there, we see massive consolidations for a long time. I mean, like a really long time we're talking about. Like all of this is consolidation period, guys. Like we're talking from the beginning of June there, June, July-ish, all the way till the breakout that happened in November about. So we can expect a very long consolidation as well, because if we count it right now from this perspective, if we count it from this perspective, 1, 2, 3, 4, there still will be a fifth one up there, somewhere far down the road. That is to be determined. But what I will let you guys know right now, that long-term targets, okay? And the title will actually be this as well for very long-term targets, okay? I'm going to clear out everything here right now. I am going to assume the best case scenario and the worst case scenario. So we are going to take Fibonacci retracement from pretty much 281 right here. And we are going to assume lots and lots of support right here, okay? How could we not? When there's so much price activity there, there's no way it's going to fall to this region, because we have the Elliott wave rule that if that is the first wave, is that the second wave, if that's the third wave, then then because there's too much relevant supports, right, it cannot break this zone, $413. If it breaks this zone right here and falls below that price, around there, 413, 415, then we will have a catastrophic failure for Ethereum, and something dramatic has happened fundamentally, and now it reflects in the charts as well that we are getting an imminent reversal, because every single zone fell. Here fell as support, here fell as support, and even the major zone for Elliott wave, which is a major rule. If it breaks, we are done with Ethereum. Therefore, we have to assume a bullish market for altcoins and in cryptocurrency in general for 2018, right? We're assuming that lots of things are going to happen for like fundamentally and for regulatory as well. We know that the government's going to step in. We know that there's so many things that's going to be regulated in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency space, but only for the better, right? Countries are figuring it out right now. We're figuring out what's allowable, what's not allowable, what's fair, what's not fair, how to prevent people from committing fraudulent activity, etc. So I do believe, I am very bullish in cryptocurrency in general, and I believe that it's not going to catastrophically fail. And I do believe that these supports, okay, these supports will absolutely hold because we had so much money poured into the market. The cryptocurrency market cap has increased by an incredible amount from 2017 to 2018. We're going to assume that so much money has been poured into Ethereum, right, that there's no way that the users and people who invest in it will even let it fall below these levels right here. That's why as soon as we got close to this level, we automatically bounce, guys. So I will let you know right now that assuming based on these things right now, okay, assuming where the breakout started, actually we're going to go worst case scenario all the way to wave 2 down there. Okay, we're gonna take all of this information and data. We're gonna go to the all-time high, 14 something, and then we're gonna go to where we could possibly think it could retrace to. And the long-term target stands. The long-term target stands at about $1,921. So if I took it from here, extrapolated, let's see what kind of extension this one could possibly make as well. Okay, or what it made. Therefore, if it made, actually this one made a 261.8 extension. Okay, actually, yeah, 261.8 extension in the middle there. So we'll assume right around here it can hit in the far future. In the future, I do believe that it will hit this price up here between 1700 and 1790 down the road after we correct. But right now, we're not interested in how far down the road it can go, right? So 1800, yes, that is my long-term prediction for Ethereum. But right now, we need to know what is going on here. So what I'm banking on, as I mentioned, is that head and shoulders pattern that will emerge. And I will explain how I will play this out. I don't want that. So this is the best line that I'm going to use. So now we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves going up here already. 1, 2, 3, all of this is 4 somewhere, and that's 5, like that, okay? We will assume an ABC corrective pattern will happen, like that. I will assume once again that it's going to go to the 0.618 Fibonacci level of this wave only. So if that's 0.1, I will assume it will go to at most around 1175. And then I will assume that it will break out of this line because after all, it will want to do some really long consolidation. Something like a flag is what I'm guessing, because that's what Bitcoin did, that's what Ripple did. Why the heck would this one not want to do that as well? I will assume some sort of pattern like here, then all of a sudden this one breaks, and then boom, we get another one here, something like that, far down the road. So my play is to ignore actually all of this going on right now, like the uptrend. I will ignore the uptrend. And then once I start to get bearish signs of divergence, right? Once I get bearish signs of divergence after we hit the B point, that's where I short it. And I am expecting it to make a decent zigzag, okay? If we look at Bitcoin zigzag, Bitcoin zigzag did something pretty decent. Actually, no, this one created almost a double bottom and then X out. So that one is not valid to me anymore. I should probably just start saving all of these, right guys? Because I can never find them. So yeah, so I count 5 in here. let's count them together to make sure that you guys are on the same page too for if you're doing your Elliott wave counts, all right? And sometimes the count can be tricky, but with enough practice, they can easily be done. This one is 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Now people are going to wonder, how the heck could that be it right here? Right? Well, this one has 5 subwaves inside of it. Where's my drawing tools? Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'd probably say this one is, all of this is 2 consolidation before it breaks out. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Coming down 1, 2, 3. And then I'm sure there's 5 subwaves in there as well coming down. Like that. So that fits the criteria for me right now of this being the absolute bottom A point. Now what this one seems like it wants to do is it's just doing consolidation right now. But the characteristics of a B is something like this, where it has A, B, C like that. And these ones can come in sometimes a 3, 3, 5, a 3, 3, 5, or it can come in a 5, 3, 5. It goes something like that. And this one could be the 5 that I was talking about, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 like that, right? I'm just drawing it as an example, but it's counter to the trend of the downtrend, right? So this here is counter trend to the uptrend, and this one here is counter trend to the downtrend of the uptrend. So that's why we see these ABC type of patterns emerge. I see the volume slowly dying off already here, okay? I see the volume dying off already, and I will most likely be playing the 2 hour and the 4 hour chart. I wanted to see if it's going to stay above this 55 EMA first. And if it doesn't even stay above it, right, I'm probably going to end up shorting it. I want to see what kind of rejection it makes. So right now, I'm more so just doing a general analysis, not a price prediction. So what I do anticipate strongly, and I will say this once again, okay, guys, is that I'm waiting for this correction to be done. Because let's say, all right, let's just say that this is the ABC, okay? Wicked. We will be able to figure out very quickly if it bounces right here or not off of C, right? Off of this major trend line. We will be able to see it based on looking at the EMAs, based on looking at the, like, especially the moving average. We'll see if it holds or not, just based on candles, based on volume, right? So what I want to play, guys, that I'm waiting for is this right here, C. That's what I was talking about earlier, where people do that head and shoulders pattern, where they do the head and shoulders pattern like that, right? Like that. They wait for this C point right here. This is the most critical play, because if it breaks, then the zigzag continues, okay? If it bounces off of it, then we're going to get this awesome A, B, C, D, E kind of pattern, whatever. A, B, C, D, and E. Or, you know, this one will, I'm just giving you guys an example, A, B, C, D, and E, and we get 5 of them, right? That'll be wicked. So people wait to see if it bounces off of here or if it breaks down, right? And then if it breaks down, you actually enter a short position. So I'm going to be extremely patient, and I'm going to wait to see at this neckline right here. It might be in a few days, it might be in a few weeks, but either way, I think there's some massive potential to be made on a big coin like Ethereum. It moves really slow. It's not a coin I can ever scalp because it moves, you know, it moves like fractions of a dollar at a time, like on the minute frame. So it's a little bit hard, put it that way, right? When it moves, the whole Ethereum market moves up together. When it goes down, then it goes down together. But in terms of scalping, yeah, I've never been successful at it. Well, not successful, but I've never attempted it a lot because it's just not like a cheap coin, you know, like IOTA or XRP, where there's just so much liquidity of it. So yeah, guys, these are the plays. Like, no financial advisor again, but if it breaks upwards here, awesome. Oh, sorry, if it breaks down, great. I'm gonna short it. I'm gonna short it all the way to probably like one of these points over here to see where it ends up going. And then once this support breaks, it now becomes a resistance, right? So you can set your stop slightly behind it. So now we're talking about a 4% risk in this case, you know, to like to a 17% gain. But now let's say all of a sudden it goes up from there, right? I'll be shorting it at B as well. Trust me, I'll be shorting Ethereum at B, wherever that is. I've always been a big fan of shorting at B, and I've always been a big fan of going long at C. And that's just part of my my swing strategies that I've been trying to build up lately. We're just trying to change it around. This one's pretty good game too, right? If it bounces off of C, then we know where the next resistance is, and that's from wave 5 and wave B. So then now we're targeting maybe 1200, right? 1200 right now. Not bad. Then you can set your stop loss slightly below it again, around 950 or so, okay? But now all of a sudden, let's say it breaks. This now breaks, okay? And it's obviously going to form some sort of flag consolidation. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for, you know, might not even be point B where it forms something like that up there. But the point is, two things can happen. B could go up to like that, and it could form a big point up there. Either way, it forms a point, okay? Either way, it forms a point, and then we form some sort of zigzag like that down there. And it's kind of like a flag, right? It's kind of like a flag like that. So this point right here is a crucial point for me as well. If it broke this point right here, big whoop-de-doo, it didn't bounce, I'm not going to go long on it, right? I probably would have closed my short position already when I do short it at B. When I short at B, I'll definitely close my short position here at C, right? Just because I don't want to take the chance of it bouncing to go upwards. So maybe, so here, if it does bounce up, I'll definitely go long on it with it. If it goes short, I don't think I'm going to short it with it. I think I'm just going to stay clear. Yeah, I'm not a fan of shorting at C. I'm only a fan of going long at C and shorting at B, okay? And A, I don't ever catch this, to be quite honest. I don't ever catch this one either. Not because I don't try, but just because I miss them, right? But the C is the big one here. And if that one gets to the C point, it will make a wave up, right? It's going to form something like a wedge, right? Looks like a little wedge, right? And then this is going to be an X one. And usually X breaks out of it like that. X breaks out of it, and that's how we get the flag pattern, guys. And then this one usually fails, okay? This one usually fails, and then it makes another zigzag all the way down here like this. So there are a lot of Ethereum plays coming up. So now we get a 7-wave structure. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that's how we get these cool 5-wave structures. And then guess what, guys? And then when we get to C, it tries to break out again, and then it might even do this again, okay? And then we get an XW, we got a WXY. And do you guys know what this makes? Do you guys know what this, come on, I know you guys know what this makes. Count, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 3, 4, and 5 touches. Do you guys know what this is? This is the flag consolidation. This is the flag pattern, guys. Pretty cool, right? So we're using Elliott Wave to do a technical analysis that's much more detailed than just using like normal patterns, right? So this is a really cool way to look at Elliott Wave as well. So guys, like my play, I'm being really stern about it, that like there's not many good plays right now for Ethereum. You know, you got to look at this as a puzzle, and then you got to be able to see like where you can time your entries and your exits. It's just a game, guys. It's just a game, honestly, right? And the game right now is to figure out where A, B, C is going to be, and just you guys decide what kind of player you are. I'm a player that shorts B. I'm a player that goes long on C every time, okay? I don't ever short on C if it goes down lower. These are like my rules that I keep, and you guys should have a really strict set of rules as well that you keep. So once again, I short on B, but I do not go short on C. I close my position right here always, because there's only a limited amount of charts you can see, right? It changes. There's only a finite amount. Like, it doesn't change that often, guys. When you see enough charts, you're like, oh my goodness, all of these charts look all the same in some way or another. And Elliott Wave can justify all of it. So here, I'm waiting for this big play. I'm hoping that it actually goes down to here. I'm hoping for a deeper correction. Maybe not a deeper correction, but at least a double bottom correction to around the 800 range. But right now, we've already retraced a very respectable amount. We've already retraced about the 0.5 to 618 region. So I could see this holding as well, but nothing else hold. Bitcoin didn't hold, Ripple didn't hold, IOTA didn't hold, EOS didn't hold, like nothing held, right? So it's like, why the heck would Ethereum hold? So all of them made a flag consolidation. So I'm hoping for it to make another touchdown here somewhere so I can count my Elliott wave, and this will be the big play. Like if B was somewhere like, you know, up there like that, then we have an even bigger gain because C is now at a lower point. So then like I'm really hoping to possibly catch somewhere around 700-800 again. That would be really cool. So these are just my random thoughts for Ethereum. Just my random thoughts for Ethereum. I don't really have any price predictions yet. The only price prediction I have right now, other than the 1770 long term there, is that it probably will bounce off between 1100 and 1150, or 1100 and 1200, and then start its way down to C. Other than that, then we will find out at wherever this lands. We will find the slope of it as soon as B is formed, and then we'll watch out for this beautiful neckline there. So those are my thoughts for Ethereum. Long term, guys, just a quick analysis. It'll be the title. Long-term Ethereum analysis, $1,750. That's subwave 5 going up there, okay, or primary wave 5. If you guys enjoy my videos, you're welcome to upvote them on Steemit, like, share, subscribe, etc. Blah, 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 blah. I'm no financial advisor. Legal mumbo jumbo here. And you guys can do all of the above there. And if you guys especially love it, you guys can, I don't know, maybe buy me a beer or something, or buy Luna a beer and donate to the cryptocurrency piggy bank. I'm rushing through these videos to get them done fast, guys. I don't want to take up your time. So have yourselves a good one. Bye now.